So herein is that saying true. You will do greater works than these, because I go to the Father. His commission was to tell us God is our Heavenly Father. That's his name, Father. And we are to declare the fullness of that meaning. Which is greater still, of course, by definition. It's the fullness of it. We're not talking about getting rid of disease. There's not greater miracles in that allegorical parallel sense. We're talking about the miracle of life eternal. That's what the ministry is really about. It's what the universe is about. This universe, I mean. Or possibly any universe. Thank you, Dad. You see, we are as nothing with his mighty presence with us. So he retires that we have the freedom to play and practice. He goes to the Father that we might do greater things. By playing with the toys that he's left us with. And basic notions of how to build and what to build with. So we've got the bricks in front of us, wooden bricks, different shapes. We put them together to make a house. A building. We practice. And in the practice we learn what works, what stays up and what doesn't. We learn some very basic fundamentals of architecture. How to build, how to create. We're learning how to become an adult in the kingdom of heaven. A matured child of God. Thank you, Dad. You see, we learn fellowship. That's what we're really building. This ability to maintain fellowship, as opposed to rift and division and splits and whatnot. We're learning. And of course, much of our early creations keep falling down because we don't understand the basic principles of true masonry. We're not free yet, but we're free to practice. And the more we practice, the better we get at it. And we find what's happened is that his presence is revealed in us, through us, in our creativity, in our fellowship. We find in Christian terms that we have Jesus' love flowering in us. We draw nigh to heaven. We are ready to graduate. Souls ascending Our coming out day and ceremony, our graduation. Into life eternal. Thank you, Dad. You will do greater works than these because you have seen me, and I have presented God as your Heavenly Father. And because I go to the Father, you understand that seeing God as your Heavenly Father is quite simply everything to your well-being. You, like me, come to your Heavenly Father by doing so. If I go to the Father, so do you. For you do what I do, namely, teach that God is your Heavenly Father. You see, this is the ministry he came to do in the story. To tell you that God is our Heavenly Father. To understand God in such light. And as you find you do this too, because you're so thankful to God for being Dad, you enter into life eternal too, and go to the Father, which is what I have done. That's what the story is. Is this the reality you wish to live in? Well, there is an uncertainty. It could be available to you. If it is available, it's of infinite value. Therefore, no matter how small the probability might be, from anyone's perspective, it is still of infinite value, such as to cause one to resolve to do so, to understand and to teach that God should be understood as your Heavenly Father, that the gratitude for all might flow accordingly, and you enter into life eternal. It is the doing of such that is the entering into life eternal. And therefore you are rescued accordingly. Welcome to the kingdom of heaven.